Targi is part of the Cosmos 2-player line that was released 11 years ago. But does it still stand up to the test of time? Let's talk about it. What does that even mean, Bowers? Ahoy there, YouTube. We're back again for another Thoughts in the Corner here from my good friend Ronnie. We're talking about... Bitch. Ahoy there, YouTube. We're back again for another Thoughts in the Corner with my good friend Ronnie. We're talking about Targi. This is from Cosmos. It's for 2 players, ages 12 plus, take about 60 minutes to play. And this is hailed as a classic. It's one of the top 200 board games of all time. So we've got it set up right now, and the general gist is really quite simple. At the beginning of a turn, what's going to happen is you're going to have these 5 pieces right here. 3 meeples and 2 of these little stone circles. Then what you're going to do is you're going to take turns placing your little pieces around the corners of the board. Why you're going to be doing this is because, yeah, set some out, is because you are going to collect the resources not only on the cards you play, because this is a worker placement game, but also on the cards that intersect. So I have one right here, which means I would also get this card right here, which would in turn get me salt, and then, let's see, this one and this one right here. So you place your 2s on out there. So that would pretty much be the whole chunk of a round. And now, starting with the first player, you collect all the resources that you are on, both on the outside and on the inside. So I would be getting I'd be getting a bunch of pepper, some dates. And why am I collecting the pepper? Why am I collecting the dates? For these cards right here, which are called tribe cards, because these tribe cards are going to go into your tableau where they will provide you special abilities that you can use later on in the game or potential end-game scoring bonuses. And also, they're going to score you victory points, not only on the card, but based on how you do in your tableau. It's a really quite a simple game. Once I've collected all my goodies and my stuff, then Ronnie would do the same thing, and then you're going to replace tribes cards with good cards and good cards with tribe cards, so the board's always going to be looking from turn to turn to turn. The game will end because there is one little silver dude out there who's going to go all around the board. Only thing I haven't really mentioned here that we might want to mention is that when you get to the corners, you pretty much have to pay a fine because you get raided. But that's the basic flow of the game. Each round, you're going to take turns placing your meeples out, and then once everybody's placed their meeples out, you're going to look at the intersections, you're going to place these little dudes, you're going to collect your stuff, you're going to build your tableau, rinse, wash, repeat. You do it 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, like 16 times, and then you're done, for the most part, unless you complete your tableau. It's Ronnie's game, but does that sound about the gist?
Yeah. It's a very simple game, so if anything sounded complicated, it's not. It's a simple game.
It's mostly just like, what do I need? What am I trying to build? And this is a classic, as I mentioned earlier, and doesn't still stand the test of time. You want to give your thoughts on it first?
Yeah, definitely. I think this game is definitely worth getting. My wife loves it a lot. I like it a lot. My wife and I have fun playing it together, so if you're looking for a 2-player game, I would highly recommend this game.
Yeah, the more we played it, the more I was like, I really dig this. It has very simple decisions, but still very interesting decisions. And the board, because there gets to a certain point where you realize that, I need to start blocking other people from doing things. And what I also really like about it is the cards around the outside, which I believe there's like 16 or whatever, never change. However, the cards on the inside always change, which means there's certain worker placement terms, certain spots you can go to different things. Like you can go to the trader and you can trade for coins, or you can go over here and you can trade for victory points, or you can go over here and you can blindly draw a card and just hope it's the card you need, or blindly draw a good and just hope you get the good you need. And so there's a little bit of you can do a little bit of like a press your luck style thing where like, I'm really hoping that this one card's going to get me a date. There's blocking people. It has everything you'd want. It's a tight little experience, and it's a small box, which once again, I love, but for how small this box is, I feel like there's a hell of a lot of game here. I know everybody's just,
a lot of game.
Colt to the new, gotta get the new stuff, gotta get that new hot Kickstarter that costs you $200. And like a game like this is going to be a great game in 20 years. It's going to be a great game in 50 years. It's easy to learn, easy to teach. Thematically, it's not there at all. But at the end of the day, I love this game. Like this is like when Ronnie brought this over after finishing, I was like, I will eventually one day own this game. And Cosmos did like an amazing job with this line. Mm-hmm. Like go ahead.
Yeah, one thing I definitely want to mention, like this is a simple game with some good decisions to be made. Something interesting because I played a lot of games with Forrest. Forrest is famous for not taking a long time on his turn. It was kind of funny. You took longer on your turns than I would have thought you would have, which is a good thing. Like I like that you were contemplating which decisions to make. Which
is interesting because there's not that many choices to make at certain points.
I don't know if you noticed that or not.
I did not. I don't know. I don't know why. I don't know why this one made me think so much. But I really dug it. There's an expansion out there, but honestly, I played the snot out of this base game. I really liked the tableau building aspect of it because then you could start to get some special abilities, and then it's like, ooh, I really want to try and use these special abilities. What cards come out at the beginning of the game definitely seems to matter, variability wise, because there's certain cards you can totally.
The one negative I would say about this game, there's one card in there that says for every empty space in your tableau, for every 2 empty spaces in your tableau, you get a resource. If you got that card the first go, what the hell?
Yeah, 5 resources is. I like how you censored yourself for a minute. Like, what worse word that started with H were you going to throw in there? Just out of curiosity.
Well, I can't say it. No, I don't know.
But yeah, I would agree because the only other card in the game that's going to you could get 2 at most. So getting 5 right from the jump, I could definitely see how that would ruin it because at that point you would be forced to take that decision. If you were the first player, and in theory you know how to play this game, you would say, I have to get that card because if the other person gets it, it's just so overpowered. But other than that
one card is about the only bad thing I have to say about this game. Other than that, all positives, highly recommend.
Yeah, likewise. There's a reason why this is one of the highest rated games of all time. It's inexpensive. It doesn't take up a huge chunk on your shelf. And it is just a damn rock-solid 2-player game that I'm going to get one of these days. Because I don't see this ever going out of vogue. Yeah. There's a reason Targi's got a good reputation. So, there you go. Targi, Cosmos. It's been talked about a lot. We'll talk about it more, and hopefully in 20 years from now, people will still be talking about it. If it looks like it might be your cup of tea, be sure to check this one out, especially if you're a 2-player game player. I definitely think this is one you're going to want to get. Mm-hmm. All right. Here's my question. Would you slap a Bauer's Best Villains? Would you slap a Ronnie's? That's when I give something a 9 or higher. Because we've done nothing but praise this game. I would not. And I've only played it one time. Full disclosure, you've played a lot more than that. But I just don't feel like it reaches the highest of heights. But I still think it's consistently great.
It just depends. It depends. Like, for a 2-player game, I would.
Excellent.
But like,
excellent.
For a 2-player game, I
okay.
do. But like, get all games in general, then maybe not. I mean, there's a lot of really good games out there. But like, if you're looking at specifically 2-player games, I would say this is at least a 9.
Okay. Very cool. It looks like my cup of tea. Be sure to check that one out. If you're enjoying the content, please be sure to click on that subscribe button down below. Bye-bye. This video is brought to you by all of my amazing Patreon supporters, and I would love it if you would join their ranks and have your name immortalized in the end of many of my videos for the end of time. But consider for only $1 a month, and as always, thanks for stopping by.